Procurement refers to techniques, structured methods, and means used to streamline an organization's procurement process and achieve desired results while saving cost, reducing time, and building win-win supplier relationships. Procurement can be direct, indirect, reactive, or proactive in nature. A well-implemented procurement process enables an organization higher visibility into stakeholder performance. Greater transparency helps organizations enforce higher compliance in terms of costs, quality of goods/services. Here are the 7 steps to effective procurement process. Identify the requirement for goods and services from all business units. The procurement cycle starts when any of the business units in an organization needs obtaining goods/services from an external supplier. Procurement process entails identifying and consolidating the requirements of all business units in an organization. This provides visibility into the spend areas and categories to identify areas for cost savings through spend analysis. Identify and evaluate a list of suppliers. Business units identify their requirements. The next step is to identify a list of potential vendors who may supply the goods/services. Process involves a simple web search or through more structured measures like RFPs, RFQs, and RFIs. Evaluation metrics include pricing, quality of service, industrial reputation and recognitions, warranty and guarantee provisions, and customer service. After the assessment is complete, the supplier who offers maximum value and the best market pricing earns the deal. Negotiate the contracts with the selected supplier. After selecting a supplier to fulfill the requirements of an organization, the contract process begins. Contracting is a crucial step for any organization for maximum value creation and stimulating buyer-supplier collaboration. This process involves assessing critical factors like pricing structure, the scope of work, terms and conditions, timelines of delivery, etc. Detailed analysis and negotiation of contracts give insights into more cost savings opportunities, including dynamic discounting. Raise a purchase requisition and release the purchase order. After an organization finalizes its contract with a supplier, the next step is to raise a purchase requisition, PR. A PR includes a description of the goods/service, pricing and quantity, supplier information, and the approval workflow. Once a PR is approved, the finance team releases the purchase order, PO, to the supplier that documents information like the PO number, payment terms, supplier information, etc. Complete the payment process upon receiving an invoice. Once the supplier receives a PO, he sends an invoice mentioning the price for requested goods/services. Once the organization gets the PO, and they invoice, the procurement team matches them to ensure quality and quantity. Depending on the payment terms established between the organization and its suppliers, the payment is released pre- or post-delivery. Receive and audit delivery of requested goods/services. Based on payment and contractual terms, the supplier delivers the goods/services. On receipt, companies should audit to ensure the suppliers have met quality expectations. Maintain proper records of invoices after receiving the delivery. As a best practice, it is important to effectively store all invoices to track spend in the various expenditure categories within the organization. Procurement benefit. Purchasing goods and services for an organization. An effective procurement process involves in-depth understanding of requirements by all business units, identifying the right supplier for meeting those requirements, periodically evaluating supplier performance, and negotiating contracts that can provide the highest value at minimum cost. Compliance. Logically, the higher the compliance, the deeper the penetration of the procurement team to create an opportunity to deliver greater bang for buck. Sustainability. Practicing sustainable procurement meets needs for goods, services, utilities which maximize net benefits for the organization and the wider world. Contract and supplier management contracts provide cost savings delivered through commercial agreements and good indication of how in control you are of your total spend. Performance monitoring. It is important to deploy a balanced scorecard approach to procurement activity to ensure improvement across the end-to-end process. Good scorecards measure savings, compliance and capability to improve both the commercial and risk positions within the organizations. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, Share like education point.